In Dragon Ball, the Saiyans are definitely the most popular characters in the entire series. In Universe 7, the Saiyans were ruled by King Vegeta, but after the entire race met their end at the hands of Frieza, only a few select Saiyans were left. Vegeta, the Prince of the Saiyans, has always been the most prideful person in the show, but as Dragon Ball went on, royal blood seemed to become less significant to him. In an alternate universe, a low-class Saiyan by the name of Bardock has become the Saiyan King, and after saving the Saiyan race from the threat of Frieza, he no longer has the need for the title of King. In order to crown the next king, the Saiyan people hold a tournament where only the most skillful can challenge for the throne, and of course Prince Vegeta is one of the main contenders. This is another story from Dragon Ball Multiverse, and we've actually already touched on this one before. In the previous video we did on this, Vegeta takes on Hanassia for the title of King of the Saiyans, and being much younger and weaker than her, he ultimately loses. However, her time as queen would be short-lived as Broly, who has been sent off to the front lines, returns to take the throne away from her, which he does with ease. If you want to keep up with more awesome stories just like this one, be sure to go join the Dragon Ball Fan Manga Facebook page down below and subscribe here for more. During Broly's rule as the King of the Saiyans, we can see that he pretty much ruled with an iron fist, getting whatever he wanted whenever he wanted. Sometimes he was known to change into a Super Saiyan during battle, but his other form, his true form, stayed dormant, so the power of the legendary Super Saiyan remained quiet for a while. Seeing as how he couldn't even beat Hanassia and Broly took her out with such ease, Vegeta now lives his days studying, furious of Broly's new glory. However, after putting himself through the most brutal, ruthless training imaginable, he still could not come near Broly in strength. But due to his own self-loathing and hatred towards him, he now awakens the power of the Super Saiyan within himself. But it would seem that Bardock has been waiting for this moment ever since he saw a vision of this day 20 years prior. He says that now, Vegeta is the only person that has any chance of standing up to Broly. Angered by this, Vegeta grabs Bardock by the neck. Bardock, however, tells him that while he may be upset that he didn't know about this sooner, Vegeta is still inferior to Broly even though they are both Super Saiyans now, so Bardock has been using all of this time to devise plans, searching for a way that Vegeta could win somehow. Each time he devised a plan, he would have visions telling him the outcomes of each. He says that now he has come up with the perfect plan, and even though Vegeta probably won't like it, it's the best option they have. After they discuss it, Vegeta indeed didn't support Bardock's plan, but after a long time of seeing just how inferior he still is to Broly, he accepts. When the time arises, Vegeta appears before Broly, who gladly accepts his challenge, still taking light of Vegeta. When he transforms into a Super Saiyan, however, Broly gets an evil look on his face, and then he becomes excited about fighting someone as strong as Vegeta is now. Vegeta Sr. is concerned about two Super Saiyans fighting so closely to everything, so he says that they should find an isolated place so they can fight without killing everyone else. Broly, however, refuses to wait, and since he is the king, what he says goes. He gives Vegeta 1 minute to find another planet for them to fight on, and within that time, 2 ships were prepared with coordinates to a desolate planet a few weeks' time away. When Vegeta and Broly arrive on the planet, the first thing they do is start killing all of the patrollers that are there. Once they've gotten all of the distractions out of the way, Broly transforms into a Super Saiyan and tells Vegeta to make the first move. He transforms into a Super Saiyan as well, and then the fight for the title of King of Saiyans begins. Having trained much more than Broly and being a more natural talent, Vegeta shows the difference in technique, which becomes apparent fairly quickly throughout the fight. Vegeta notes himself how Broly may be more powerful than him, but in terms of fighting skills, he's leagues behind. Broly starts throwing ki around wildly, visibly getting shaken at this point, and when we look at Vegeta, he hasn't been hit once. Vegeta begins to prepare his counterattack, but when we cut back to Broly, he's getting more and more angry. And then he starts erupting with power. Vegeta takes this opportunity to lock onto him for his final attack. He releases the Final Crash, this universe's version of the Final Flash attack, and it hits Broly dead on in a huge flash of light. Vegeta looks on at the cloud of dust he created, laughing at what he assumed to be the remains of Broly. But when the smoke clears, a familiar green glow begins to shine through. And when we see Broly's face, he's gone completely berserk as he proclaims himself Broly, the King of the Saiyans. Vegeta charges in without thinking and attacks the visibly powered up Broly head on, barraging him with attacks, but as we've seen so many times in Dragon Ball before, Broly is so powerful now that Vegeta literally hurts himself attacking him. When he finally moves, Broly grabs Vegeta's face with crushing strength and he drives him headfirst into the ground below. Vegeta goes for a surprise Ki Blast attack and gets a direct hit on Broly, but he doesn't even flinch, and then the torture on Vegeta begins. One of the guys that wasn't on the planet when the rest of the soldiers got killed is looking on at the battlefield, and when we cut over, we see that he has a small troop with him, and they've been watching the fight the entire time. He pretty much says that Vegeta is out and now their priority is to stop Broly, but he notices them as well. This is when they all fire their lasers simultaneously at Broly, and it pretty much destroys the platform they were fighting on as we see Vegeta flee away. But Broly is completely unaffected by this attack. When they try to go for a head-on attack, the result is pretty much the same as no attacks are phasing Broly and he delivers a crushing finishing blow to the soldier. This is when Vegeta stands back up, however, and even though he's badly beaten, he tells Broly that they should finish their fight on a nearby planet as to not be interrupted here anymore. The two head off to a very strange looking planet not far from where they just fought, and right away, the first thing you notice is how dark the planet looks. When they land on the planet and prepare for their final brawl, something happens to Broly's leg as soon as he touches the ground, almost as if the ground was swallowing his leg. This is when Vegeta says that he had to end it with Bardock's plan after all, confirming that bringing Broly here was part of the plan from the start while making sure not to touch the ground himself. The substance seems to almost come to life as it begins to cover more and more of Broly until eventually it's buried him whole, and this is when Vegeta says that Bardock was right about this planet having resources that can kill even the legendary Super Saiyan. As Vegeta descends back down to the previous planet, the soldiers attempt to take him hostage now that the fight is over. Seeing him as less of a threat, they boast about having a Saiyan as a hostage, but obviously that doesn't last long, as a few weeks later, Vegeta destroys their entire home planet and goes back home as Vegeta, the new king of the Saiyans. From that day forward, the Saiyan Empire would continue to grow into one of the most powerful warrior races, led by a prideful king who defeated the legendary Super Saiyan and saved the entire universe. That's gonna wrap it up for this one, guys. I really hope you all enjoyed it as usual. I really enjoyed the multiverse stories a lot. They're actually some of my favorites, to be honest, so it's always cool when I can go back and do a new one every once in a while. But anyways, let me know what you think about Vegeta overthrowing Broly for the throne. I definitely feel like Vegeta finally got some of the shine he deserves in this one because, as you guys know, Dragon Ball constantly does Vegeta dirty for some reason. But it's all good, he'll remain one of my all-time favorite anime characters no matter how dirty they do him. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe if you are new, guys, and be sure to click that notification bell so you never miss a video. We'll also start streaming really soon on Twitch. I'm in the middle of getting some artwork done, so when that's good, I'll let you all know, then we'll start streaming on Twitch. But anyways, I'm gonna go hop headfirst into Smash. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.